Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Everyone out there, I'm sure you know that everybody's talking about America's favorite new reality TV show, So You Think You Can Testify About Russia. Today's contestant, Attorney General and last surviving little rascal, Jeff Sessions. I think he was Spanky. Wasn't he?
Yeah, that was Spanky.
Anyway, as soon as Sessions sat down, everyone had the same question. Are you now, or have you ever hidden any pots of gold? Small. Committee Chair Richard Burr started by reminding us this was to be a nonpartisan affair.
I'm hopeful that members will focus their questions today on the Russia investigation and not squander the opportunity by taking political or partisan shots.
Okay, no political or partisan shots. What about whiskey shots? Sweet darkness, cover me. Ready to watch the Senate. Sessions may be small, but he's scrappy. For instance, there have been a lot of conjecture about the Trump campaign colluding with the Russians, and Sessions was part of the campaign as the first senator to endorse Trump. But Sessions was having none of it.
And the suggestion that I participated in any collusion, that I was aware of any collusion with the Russian government to hurt this country, which I have served with honor for 35 years, or to undermine the integrity of our democratic process, is an appalling and detestable lie.
I say pistols at dawn, sir. Pistols at dawn. Which is actually not a great idea, since the committee chairman is named Burr. Now, at this room where it happened, Sessions claimed to have had no contact with Russian officials during Trump's campaign, but we later found out that he met with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak twice. But he is almost completely 100% pretty sure he didn't do it a third time, maybe.
I guess I could say that I possibly had a meeting, but I still do not recall it.
I mean, it was a long time ago. Who can say who met with whom and who promised to lift sanctions on what before taking celebratory shots of whomever? Sessions was asked about one of the more incriminating aspects of Comey's testimony, that Trump cleared the room at the White House, including Sessions, to talk to Comey.
Well, I would just say it this way. We were there, I was standing there, and without revealing any conversation that took place, what I do recall is that I did depart.
We know you departed, Attorney General Sherlock. Why won't you tell us any part of the conversation? Somebody help me out here.
Just so I can understand, is the basis of that unwillingness to answer based on executive privilege?
I'm not claiming executive privilege because that's the president's power, and I have no power.
No power? Really? I need a second opinion. Senator Theoden?
You have no power here.
Okay, that checks out. So, you're not, let me get this straight, Senator Sessions, or Attorney General Sessions, you're not answering even though the president hasn't claimed executive privilege. And you haven't claimed executive privilege. So what are you claiming? White privilege? Because I hear that's a thing. Sessions, there's some privilege. There is some privilege being claimed. Sessions did tell us one thing about leaving Comey alone with Trump.
I do recall being one of the last ones to leave.
Yeah, I'm a partier by nature, and as a rule, I go on and on to the break of dawn. And additionally, I would like to point out for the record, I burned the mother down. And it seems I'm paraphrasing, obviously. And it seems, that's very nice. Do you have any more of that? Do you have any more of that? Now, it seems that Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, for one little minute there, really got under Sessions' skin.
Mr. Comey said that there were matters with respect to the recusal that were problematic and he couldn't talk about them. What are they?
Why don't you tell me?
That's a classic legal strategy, the old switcheroo. Can you tell me where you were on the night of the murder? Why don't you tell me where I was? If you don't know, I must be innocent. Meanwhile, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin tried to find out exactly who in the Trump campaign was connected to Russia.
To the best of your knowledge, sir, did any of these following individuals meet with Russian officials at any point during the campaign? And you can just be a yes or no on this. Paul Manafort?
I don't have any information that he had done so. He served as campaign chairman for a few months.
Steve Bannon?
I have no information that he did.
General Michael Flynn?
I don't recall it.
Wait a second. Everybody knows there was communication between Russia and Michael Flynn. That's why he was fired. Well, Sessions really seems to know nothing. It explains why he was the first senator to endorse Trump. And I don't know where to go. I like he's shiny, I'll endorse him, but it wasn't just Democrats, Republicans. Remember, it wasn't just a partisan thing. This wasn't partisan shots. The Republicans also asked some very tough questions, too.
Do you like Jason Bourne or James Bond movies?
No. Yes. I do.
Do you like James Bond movies? Yes, I do. Where's the follow-up? Daniel Craig or Sean Connery? This is a travesty. This is a travesty wrapped in wrong sauce.